Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on our pine shaving bin. Now, it has been exactly 30 days since my last update. Today is July 8th, and we did it on June 8th, and so it's been 30 days. Typically, this is a little longer than I leave it, but with the fact that I was on vacation, I couldn't get to it, and we are where we are. So this just goes to show you that my vacation video that I had posted earlier, yes, you can leave your bins this long and the worms will be perfectly fine. When you start getting around that 3-month range is where you really need to start working on it and making sure that you have some sort of plan in place really for them. But let's go and take a look and see how the worms are doing after 30 days of sitting in this bin. Alright, so I've got the label right here saying 6-8. We'll replace it with a 7-8 when we're done. But first off, let's go and check over this section where we last added food. So I'm going to just dig in here a little bit. Let me just push this down a little bit so that's bright section on the front's out of the way. Let's just take a look in here and see how this is doing. Still plenty of moisture even though the bag was only off on one side. Actually, let me just take this off real quick. See what's going on. Oh, we got some worms copulating over here. So they're expanding the herd, so to speak. So you can see right here, you just pick these guys, these little worms up here. You can see, if you can. We can see right here they are making some babies. Actually, there's a little buggy here that got up there too. It's crawling on me, but they're copulating. I have found that has happened a couple times. Actually, we've got two pairs of worms here that are doing that. So we're gonna have some more cocoons in this bin. That means. So let's just dig down here. All the food should be gone by now, or the majority, although we do have quite a worm ball right here. So they're still working out this food, it looks like. I did throw in, I think, quite a bit of food. And actually, there is still food left, surprisingly. After 30 days, I did not expect there to be any food left. But that avocado, they are still working on it in here. So maybe we won't be adding food, or maybe we'll just add a little bit maybe this time. Let's just dig over here. Still more of that avocado. That does not look like a red worm in here. I have to admit, that does not look like a red worm. Not sure what that is. I wonder if that's an African nightcrawler. I think these bins are next to each other. They are. I wonder if one of them crawled over here into here, because that is definitely not a red worm right there. I am 99% sure that is not a red worm. That just shows how your bins can get mixed up here, but that is definitely not a red worm. I might have to put him back in my other bin. I mean, that is definitely I think that's an African nightcrawler right there that managed to crawl over to my other bin. So I'm gonna put him off to the side over. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna play around with it. I'm gonna run him right over right now to my other bin. Be back in just a second. So apparently the Africans in their hood were not finding enough food, so they were scrounging around and they managed to make it into this bin as well, or at least one of them did. Oh wait, actually here is another one. Look at this. I am pretty sure that right there is an African nightcrawler as well. This shows you the difference here, red versus African. These guys are much bigger. This one has a little tinge of blue to the front of it. I'm guessing this is still an African though. So I think I'll just start putting them off to the side as I see them. You know, this was sort of unexpected. I was not expecting to see some African nightcrawlers in here. But I'll just put them off to the side for now. And then I'll dump them back in the other bin. I noticed some dirt also on the side between my bins. So that is we're definitely getting back and forth, it looks like. But I was not really expecting that. So let's just spread this out a little bit. Let's see if we find any others in here. I am seeing some mites in here as well, but that's fine. I've never, you know, if it gets too bad, you just start drying out the bins and it's not a big deal. I'm not seeing any others right now, so maybe it was just those two that made it over. Although I do see right down here a cocoon, if you can see between my fingers here, if it'll focus on that and not behind it. Just drop it on this hand right here. Right there is a cocoon on my hand. So right where my glove is pointing, and I've got a worm there too, but there is a cocoon there. So worms are really multiplying in here. It's probably because of the abundance of food with that avocado. which avocados do provide a lot of food. Material in here is starting to dry out a little bit. Let's put this back. And let's dig in over here. Still can't believe those Africans came over. Let's just see what's going on over in this side. I probably should put a towel under here to lock the bin down a little bit better, but not much going on over here as far as worms. Not surprising with so much food left on the other side. But let's just... Oh, wait, hold on. Is this another African? Look at this. Another African made it over. So these guys move. Pretty sure that was just... Yep, that was just one. So that's 3 that we have now found in here. I'm going to have to spread these out a little bit more. I think they're doing some wandering with all the rain and stuff that we've had lately. They were wandering around a bit. So overall, this is still taking a long time to break down these pine shavings. It does make me wonder, though. I wonder if the Africans would do a better job of dissolving these. I mean, I had over a pound of worms in here with these pine shavings. Oh, but here's another African. That is another African worm. So that is the 4th one we have found. So these African nightcrawlers, they're voracious eaters from everything I've read. And I've been really trying to keep my worms separated typically, but they are wandering, which makes me think I might have to add those to one of my my bag systems here instead of this system that I have them in, which is open to on the top. All right, so with that though, so we found 4 African night crawlers in this bin. Actually, you know what? Let's push all this back down. We're just going to take one more look through here on these corners over here. Let's just see, is there anything over there? I'm not seeing anything. I'm just curious now if I'm going to find any more. I'm not seeing any more. I think we might be good for now. Okay. Can't believe that. That's the first time I've really seen worms go between bins. Granted, it's easy to tell though when they're a different species. But we're going to feed right over here now. And we're going to give some good food in here. We're going to give some watermelon. Let me move my... Just so if you're curious, there's the 3 that I had that I moved over here. There's another one I already put back. So I'll move those guys. After this, I'll move them back into the proper bin. Oh, grab some of this food from here. So we've got some frozen watermelon. Watermelon. And some mango skin right here, if I can get it off. There we go. And a piece of clementine peel. And a fairly large feeding, because watermelon really isn't a big feeding when I've looked at it. Watermelon and then a banana. So there we go. There's a decent sized feeding. I don't want to overfeed too much because of the fact that, you know, we had the food left over there from the avocado. Avocados do take a while to break down, especially when I think that was a full avocado from what I remember. We're going to put some of our crushed crab and eggshell on there, which I have a video on how to do that. And we're going to cover this back up. And I think this doesn't seem overly wet at this point now. So I think we're gonna cover this up with our plastic all the way over. So, you know, we're gonna just... Seems like it's a good moisture content right now, so I just don't want it to dry out too much more. So we're going to put these bags over the top here across the entire thing. So we're going to grab it, first bag, and just for now, so I can remember, I'm going to peel this label off that's on the top here. So this is my label. I'm just going to put it like this right here so I know that that's the last place I fed. So I've got it on this front edge right there, as you can see, just like that. It just sort of marks, gives me an idea of where I fed. I found that a good way to mark the territory there. Cover that up, and one more bag. So that is my update. So we had a little bit of cross-contamination with my bins, but we took care of it, I think. By the way, I threw my glove on top of this. This guy's already starting to come out between my glove right there. He's starting to try to inch his way out, which is surprisingly into the light. So that's my update. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. This is starting to work. It's still taking a lot longer than I expected. I really did expect them to kind of eat through some of this bedding, but it still looks like the bedding is pretty solid in there as far as the shavings. And maybe we'll try this again actually with these African night crawlers if I can breed up the population of those. So thank you for watching. Again, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to respond as quick as I can.